John actually has a topic that you might not be excited to hear about, but he is going to talk about it because he's transparent. John, what's that topic?
So today we're going to talk about the increase across the board of insurance companies um, trying to use more data to understand, what they're insuring when it comes to properties. And one that's really come recently and so much more frequently is aerial imagery and
Mm,
using that to inspect your property, whether that's your home, an investment property, residential or commercial. Insurers are now using aerial imagery to try and underwrite their risks. And, something that's really come about, yeah, very recently with, the amount of satellite imagery that's available. Drone photography all comes from a great article in Wall Street Journal by Jean Eaglesham. She's been all over the insurance industry, and she's talking about how insurance companies are using things like drones, manned airplanes, high altitude balloons to take images of properties and areas. Really, no place being unshielded. It's all industry funded. Geospatial Insurance Consortium, which has airplane imagery that they say covers 99% of the US population. And they're using this information to underwrite risks. Now, it is because it's so new, problems have come up, and this is something that we're dealing with on a daily basis with clients who are receiving, nasty grams in the mail from their insurance company saying, hey, we're going to cancel your policy. We're going to require you to do XYZ to your home, or else we are going to cancel your policy, or other things like we're going to increase your rate, what have you. And they're looking at things like, the condition of the roof is probably the number one thing that comes up. Nearby foliage, like, trees overhanging roofs. If they can spot that from a satellite or aerial image, they're going to tell the client that they need to cut those trees back and not have overhanging branches over their roof. Also, things like swimming pools, trampolines, things they might not have known about, that they're going to rate for, or change the policy in some way. This kind of thing that we're seeing come up, and there's just not a lot of regulation around it in terms of consumer protection. And if insurance companies at this point, they do have the ability to do this. It's just how much time is fair to give to a client for notice on these kinds of things. What are reasonable expectations, and is the data accurate? Because sometimes we get an email from underwriting saying, hey, we're going to cancel this policy because we have an image that shows the roof needs to be replaced, and we call the client and they're like, I replaced my roof last year, and we have to get photos from the client and documentation to prove this to the insurance company, and just creates a whole bunch of added work for everybody when that image was taken 3 years ago. So maybe that image
mm.
isn't accurate. Definitely something that there's more to come on, and hopefully this develops in a way that's equitable for everybody. But there's definitely challenges that are coming with it right now, and namely the one that everybody's concerned about is the privacy of it. It's just there's definitely some concerns there with is it okay that they can do this? And as it stands right now, I mean, technically it is, right? Like, for them to be able to use this information and quote unquote spy on you from from the sky, right?